Comics and powered by the Red 5 Network. For more, visit red5.bio.link. Good morning. It is Tuesday, October 21st, and it's time for your daily dose of dork. It's me, Dani. I'm back. Hello. How are you? Oh, a little dizzy for a second. I think I need some water. Pardon me. I'm a little dizzy with this Adam Driver news. Whoa, it's blowing my mind. Kathleen Kennedy, the good guy? What? Surely not. No, it ain't so. Unironically, best friend of the channel? When did that happen? Apparently last night. What's up, guys? I hope you had a great night. We're going to have a great morning, hopefully. We always have fun, right? It's fun we have. But before we go any further, make sure you smash that like button, subscribe if you're new, and ring the notification bell so you get notified whenever I'm back with even more of this nerdy nonsense. Yeah. Remember, next week there will be no Halloween look. I won't be here. Yeah, I won't be here Thursday or Friday because I'm having surgery on Thursday. Surgery season has begun, so exciting times. But this Thursday, we will have our members-only Throwback Thursday Theater over on the Discord. Holy crap, somebody send me a message after the stream and remind me to put the invite for the Discord on the members-only lieutenant rank again, because I will forget, okay? It's a lot of work running the channel. Look, as soon as I get done with the stream, I have to put my thank you, because my mother, crazy as she is, they both are, taught me you should always leave thank you notes. So I do that. Then I go back into StreamYard and I process the live stream and I make a bunch of little clips and shorts and upload those across all the platforms. And then I have farm work to do, so I forget. So send me a message, remind me to do that, or I'll just write it down. That always works too, right? I could totally do that on my dry erase desk. Hi. Stay on target, Danielle. Whatever. Okay. Let's say good morning to everyone. Remember, members and super chats get their good mornings first because you're going to get what you pay for, right? And don't forget, if you join the channel as a member, you get early access to all videos. You get put to the front of the line when it comes to requesting breakdowns, videos, anything like that. You get members-only stuff, posts, streams, access to the members-only channel over on Discord, and some super fun stickers and emojis. Yeah, and also, like I said, you get the front of the line when it comes to the chats and your good mornings. Because Mama loves you. Yeah, she does. All right, let's see what's up at the chat. Good morning, Lieutenant Deranged Lunatic. Good morning, Ensign Patricia. Okay, those are our only members for now, but that's fine. More will come in. And good morning, Maria. You are first today. Buenos dias, Fernando. Good morning, Derpy Entertainment. Praying Warner Brothers goes to Universal. Well, it's about time that they just straight up announce that, yeah, they're selling. Because honestly, I was getting sick and tired of those damn TikTok kids telling me that I'm stupid and I don't know what I'm talking about. It's so fun. It's fun. It's fun we have. All right, guys, let's dive in into some headlines. We're just going to cover a couple today before we get into our main topic, because it's rather juicy. It's super wild that this is coming out. And I think it puts a whole new spin on that Saturday Night Live monologue that Adam Driver did, where he said wokeness killed Kylo Ren. He might have been a lot more bitter and angry than we thought. So let's dive in. Let's see what we got today. Good morning, Deandra. What's up? Good morning, Big Time Objective. How y'all doing? I'm good. Glad to see you. Glad to see you. Couple of things going on. All right, guys. Let's bring it on up. Bring it on up. Okay, so this has been kind of going around for a couple of years now. Good morning, Lieutenant Penny, at the baby physical on the well baby checkups. Well, babies. Okay, so Ryan Coogler, like I said, this has been going around for a couple of years now. We heard a couple of years ago that Ryan Coogler was going to be doing the X-Files reboot. Now, honestly, y'all know how I feel about all the reboots. Like, can we please get some original content? Seriously. There is a creativity drought in Hollywood. Say it again. There's a creativity drought in Hollywood. But I am a huge, huge fan of X-Files. I'm a big fan of Ryan Coogler. Like, let's be real here. This man is a fantastic filmmaker. What he did with Sinners is just chef's kiss. Absolutely amazing. Do love the Black Panther movies. Ryan Coogler, wonderful, wonderful filmmaker. Good morning, Lieutenant Backyard TARDIS. So now it is being done by Disney. Okay. But it is in the hands of Ryan Coogler. So there is some kind of hope. Ryan Coogler says that he signed up to develop an X-Files reboot because his mama is a big fan of the original series. Aww. I want to do right by her and the fans. My mom has read some of the stuff I wrote for it, and she is fired up. Now, hopefully his mom is very forthright and honest with him, and not just, oh, baby, you're so good. Just everything you do is wonderful. Wonderful. Like, be honest, Mom. Like, seriously, if one of my kids was doing like a Wonder Woman thing, okay? And by the way, happy Wonder Woman Day to everyone out there, to all who celebrate. Okay, I believe it is her. Is it the 88th? No, it is not. 78th anniversary? Something like that. I'll have to look it up. But there you have it. But yeah, happy Wonder Woman Day to all who celebrate. So I hope it's not like, you know, I don't think that it's the flex he thinks it is. Most moms, not mine, but most moms think everything their kids do are fantastic and magical and, you know, top of the heap. Right? So hopefully his mom is kind of a in between of most moms and my mom, and will be honest and be like, okay, so it's good, but it breaks canon, so we can't do that. Good morning, Ensign Loki. My mom likes my writing is not a good reason to do a show. Good morning, Omari. So where will David Duchovny and Gillian Anderson cameo come in? We're going to click on this article because I think I heard something about Gillian Anderson. We're going to look in on that. 1 second. But yeah, did I mention my mom is a psycho? Oh no, this article was written by Mark Malkin. How has he not been fired yet? Okay. Oh, that's right. Ryan Coogler did Creed. Those movies are so good. Okay, so Ryan Coogler made his first movie Creed because his father loved the Rocky franchise. Now it's his mama's turn. His mom, Jocelyn, loves the X-Files. Like my relationship with Rocky with my dad, the X-Files is one of those things with my mom. Coogler told me on Friday at Cinespia Sinners screening at Hollywood Forever Cemetery. Ooh, spooky. My mom means the world to me. She's actually here tonight. So this is a big one for me. I want to do the right thing by her and the fans. My mom has read some of the stuff I wrote for it. She's fired up. As for the rumors that Danielle, I pronounced my own name wrong. That Danielle Deadweiler is being eyed to star in the reboot. Coogler laughed. I can neither confirm or deny, which means she is. The same goes for possible appearances by the original X-Files stars Gillian Anderson and David Duchovny. He can neither confirm nor deny, so probably means they are. Sinners is the first movie to be shown at Cinespia during the same year it was released. Okay. Goes on to talk about the Sinners and Machine Gun Kelly. Who cares about Machine Gun Kelly? So again, Ryan Coogler is a very talented, very capable filmmaker, very good writer. He did well with Creed, but we've never actually seen him like really take on a literal actual reboot. And is what he is doing with the X-Files an actual reboot? Because media outlets, especially morons like Mark Malkin, and calling Mark Malkin a moron feels like an insult to actual morons. They seem to confuse the word reboot. They'll say reboot when they mean a sequel. They keep calling the Buffy project a reboot when it's actually a sequel. They keep getting this word. They're using it so much, or they're doing so many sequels and reboots that they're using the words interchangeably. They mean nothing anymore. Everything's a reboot. So, is it a sequel? Is it a reboot? Is it a revival? Nobody knows. We're not going to know until we actually see it, I guess. I remain hopeful because I'm a huge X-Files fan, like Fernando here. I was obsessed as a kid. My brother and I used to watch it constantly. Our neighbors who lived behind us owned a video store. For you kids at home who don't know what that is, it was a building where you could go and rent these things called VHS tapes. Yeah. And they were movies or TV shows. And you would take it home and put it in a machine called a VH or VCR. And you could watch TV shows and movies that you missed at the theater or that came on at a certain time because you didn't have pause or anything like that. I know it's wild, but you would rent them for a fee, like downloading, but you held it in your hand. Wild, right? But you had to take it back. And that's where they got you. It was late fees. It was 20% of their income. Anyway, our neighbors owned an actual video store, and they would get screeners all the time to see if they wanted to stock them, and they would give us these screeners for X-Files. And so we would watch them all of the time. See, that's the question we're asking, Maria. Are they actually rebooting it? Are they rebooting it, or is it a sequel? We have no idea because they don't seem to understand that reboot and sequel mean two different things because they keep using them incorrectly. Oh, I'll tell you a funny story about the music, the theme for X-Files. When I was in college the first time, I had this awesome history professor, and he okay, so the X-Files song came on this CD. I think it was called Pure Moods or something like that. On one of those infomercials, you could order it later night with a 800 number from an 800 number. And he loved that Pure Mood soundtrack. And when we would look at slideshows and stuff of like the Jesse James gang and stuff like that, he would have the X-Files theme or the Pure Moods CD playing along with it. It was so wild. So, good morning, Keith. Good morning. Good morning, contributing editor Kino. So yeah, that was always funny. But anyway, it remains to be seen if this is a legit reboot or a sequel. And it also remains to be seen if it's going to be good. We won't know till it comes out. We shall see. Fingers crossed. Please don't mess this up. Please. Please. All right, guys, we're going to move on. If you have any questions, comments, emotional outbursts about that, leave it in the chat below. I also heard that the finale, and I think Derpy was saying something in the chat earlier. Let me find you. Whoop. Just love that you call me queen. The finale of Stranger Things is going to be released in select theaters, which means it probably won't be in my state at all because they always overlook Missouri like we don't exist. And that's fine for the most part because don't move here. We like things cheap and quiet. We don't want California and New York here. We're fine. But we would like things like limited release stuff at a theater in St. Louis somewhere. That would be dope. We'd be cool with that. So it's probably going to be in places like New York, LA, Chicago. If it comes to a theater near you, the limited release in the select theaters of the Stranger Things finale, would you go? Would you go see the finale for Stranger Things in the theater? Let's hear it, chat. Let's hear it. I would probably take my daughter. She's been a massive fan of Stranger Things her whole life. So I would probably take her. Maria, it's state discrimination. It is. Yes, Keith. Yes. I will go on about it. I will. They always think we're nothing but corn and cows and that we're all stupid and pointless. But actually, because they think that everything's cheap here, the crime is down and it's rather quiet. So, you know what? You're right. You're right. We're all stupid. It's nothing but corn and cows. Don't come here. There's no reason to come here. Just don't. Just don't. But I would probably take my daughter. I'd probably go with her because it's kind of like our thing. Like, I don't know if they're, oh, did they fall? We would buy the pizzas, you know, when season 4 came out 3 years ago, we would buy the Stranger Things pizzas and you could cut out the glasses, like the kids' sunglasses on them. And I had them hanging up in the studio background. That was like our thing. I even got her the Stranger Things Monopoly. She has so many Demogorgon stuffies and Funkos. It's ridiculous. So Keith, corn cows and Brad Pitt here in Southwest Mo. Funny story. No, I'm not going to tell you. We love Brad Pitt. We do. We love our Brad Pitt. Sheryl Crow, John Hamm. Okay. We're very disappointed in James Gunn at the moment. Nelly. Yeah. Yeah. All those. Yeah. Anywho, I'd go see it with my kid. Probably. If it wasn't a thing I did with my kids, I probably wouldn't. But it's strange how this has come about immediately after Netflix strikes a deal with AMC. Like, they strike a deal with AMC and suddenly they're making money off of it. And they're like, you know what? Yeah, let's do something like that. Strange. All right, guys. So Marvel has started posting. Will it let me do this? Okay. No. Okay, that's weird. I wish it would let me. Will it let me edit it? So Marvel has started posting stuff about Scarlet Witch, right? And people are starting to think, oh, well, that means she's coming back. Duh. She was always coming back. Of course she was always coming back. I believe within my soul that she is totally going to be in Doomsday. It's been leaked, I don't know how many times, that they're going to do like this House of M thing where they're going to do like one universe or whatever where the House of Magnus is ruling Genosha. So yeah, she's going to be there. And that's probably how she comes back. Is anyone surprised by this? Like, anyone at all? I'm not. Like, not even a little bit. It's funny how it's funny how they're like, okay, now fans are just now believing she's coming back. No, fans have always believed she's coming back. Because the internet exists. Because the internet. No one ever believed she was truly dead. She is one of the most bankable characters Disney Marvel has ever had. She's probably one of the top selling merch. Let's see. Which Disney Marvel Avenger sells most merch for Disney? Well, obviously Spider-Man. Okay, Mickey Mouse is not an Avenger. Go home, Google, you're drunk. Somehow the Scarlet Witch returned through the multiverse. Kino says, I'd be surprised if it was good. Then I can get excited for what's next if they stay the course. I'm not sure which part you're referring to. I hope Doomsday is really good. I really do hope it is, because it's friggin' Dr. Doom. And we need something to be good. Listen, Disney, Marvel, I need it to be good because I'm drowning here. I don't want to become a hater channel. I don't want to become one of those occupationally angry, professionally outraged people. I don't want to become that. But everything you've been putting out for the last few years has just been so underwhelming and disappointing. Like I don't feel hype and excitement for anything Marvel anymore. I don't think since God, when was the last time? Probably since No Way Home. Like every time I'm like, oh, that's coming out. Okay. I want to feel excitement again. I want you to blow my mind. Blow my mind, Disney. Do it again. You can do it again. I know you can. You're killing me, Smalls. Killing me. Medea says, I want to see Captain Marvel versus the Scarlet Witch. I want to see the Scarlet Witch just totally obliterate Brie Larson's Captain Marvel. I want to see it. Kino says, we really need Doomsday trailer and not chairs. That ain't no shit. I thought we were going to get something at New York Comic Con, and we didn't. Because reshoots. Of course they're doing reshoots. They didn't have a finished script when they started filming. I mean, throughout most of the filming, they didn't have a finished script. They didn't have a third act. Thank you, Alan Cumming, for constantly spilling the tea on that. Good morning. Is it Lepslayer? Lepslayer? Apparently it's coming with Avatar. Well, hopefully. And hopefully it blows our minds. Yeah, I know it's like that. I know. I'm trying to see if I can get it to like a little bigger. There we go. I kind of like that. How's that? Okay, no, it didn't do it. Whatever. It's fine. You know what? I'll put that on a t-shirt. I will put that on a t-shirt. Dear Marvel, blow my mind. I'll put it for sale right next to the Make Marvel Great Again shirts. Fernando, would you have Thanksgiving dinner with Ruffalo Kimmel for 50 grand? Yeah. Yeah, I would. How long's dinner? What, like 30, 40 minutes? 45 tops? All I got to do is eat? I can eat some delicious turkey and green bean casserole. I can listen, I gave birth to 4 kids. I raised 4 children. I've been divorced like 3 times. I can sit through a dinner with 2 obnoxious men for $50,000. I can do it. For 50 grand? You bet your ass. Why won't this let me? I want it to like, and then move me here. It's not letting me. Where are all my custom layouts? There we go. How about that? How about that? How about that? That works. I'm good with it. And Ruffalo will spoil the movie. Probably. Deranged lunatic. 50 grand each is what you should get for that dinner. You know what? I could negotiate that. I bet I could. I bet I could negotiate that. Thanksgiving dinner with Ruffalo and Kimmel. 50 grand each. 45 minutes. All the wine I can drink. Okay? Because I'm going to have to be lit. So They have to listen to me too. If I have to listen to them, they have to listen to me, and they can't leave. Okay? That's the deal. They can't leave. They have to listen to me. I should be able to get all the wine I can drink. I get the turkey skin. They don't get the turkey skin. I get the turkey skin. Okay? All right? 45 minutes. They have to listen to me, and they can't leave. Can they do it? I think is the question. Can they do it? I challenge you, Mark Ruffalo and Jimmy Kimmel, to a 45-minute Thanksgiving dinner with me, and you pay me 50 grand a piece if you can do it. It can't be vegan. It can't be vegan because I get the turkey skin. That's the deal. That's the deal. That is the deal. They can't change that part. It's Thanksgiving dinner. It's Thanksgiving dinner. There's no vegan Thanksgiving dinner. My family didn't cross the ocean on the Mayflower and break bread with Native Americans over tofu. It was a turkey, I believe. You're welcome, America. All right, guys. We got to move on. Oh, okay. So I know this isn't nerdy, but I think it's kind of interesting. Because one, I love Michael Fassbender. Oh, this is funny. Keith Movie Geek. Sunday, Sunday, Sunday. It's turkey dinner lockdown. I didn't climb this far up the food chain to be a vegan. I do grow a lot of produce, but I also raise chickens. So, okay. So, Netflix is developing a TV series about the Kennedy family, described as the American version of The Crown. Michael Fassbender has been cast as Joseph Kennedy Sr. This is coming from Variety. I don't know how big in history buffs you guys are. I'm a huge history buff. And there is a legend, okay? And a very old, withstanding legend that old Joe Kennedy Sr. sold his soul to Satan. Okay? Seriously. You can look it up. He sold his soul for money and power. Wonder if they're going to touch on that at all, if that legend is going to come into play at all in this series. I wonder what they're going to do about. He lobotomized his daughter. Rose. Lobotomized her. This was not a good man. Joe Kennedy Sr. was an evil dude. Okay? I'm very interested in watching this series. Very interested in seeing how Fassbender plays him. And excellent choice. I mean, come on. Irish. I think he can pull him off quite well. Look at him. Kino, Freemason cult rituals? No idea. But doodly 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 doo 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 doo. Joe Kennedy, the mini series. Joe Kennedy goes down to the crossroads. I've been to the crossroads. I've been there. And okay, you know, it's really weird. Okay, the crossroads, it's actually streets. No railroad tracks, nothing. It's actually roads, right? I go to the crossroads. I take my picture. I go to walk away and I feel something on my foot. I look down. Railroad spike. How crazy is that? No railroad tracks, nothing. There was this random railroad spike at the crossroads. I have it. Maybe it's Joe Kennedy's. Kidding. I don't know. Is it? So, I know. I'm interested. I'd like to see how that plays out. Moving on. He tried to spike you. Spike you. Alrighty. That was a weird sound I made. I'll get into that right now. Where am I at? You know what? Why not? We got a couple minutes. Lepslayer says a couple of the photos of Joe Kennedy, he kind of looks like John C. McGinley. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. That would have been a choice. It would have been a choice. Absolutely. Yeah. Hopefully not. And the way they did the crown, I don't think they will. I mean, the Kennedy family is kind of, or is, like America's somewhat royal family, America's sweethearts, but they've got some skeletons in the closet. They really do. Really, really do. Didn't one of the Ted Kennedys like murder a teenage girl? Like accidentally, but still, and then cover it up? All right, let's talk about this real quick because this is just stupid. It is. We're gonna talk about this real quick, and then we'll jump into our main topic. I firmly believe that. I do believe that they unalived Marilyn. One moment, please. I can hear a dog on the other side of this space here, and it sounds like she's chewing up trash. And you know what? It's not my dog, it's my daughter's dog. I know it. Pardon me. Okay. So, I want to talk about this real quick and then we'll dive into our main topic because this is just dumb. I do not believe this whatsoever. And if anyone is a fan of Tolkien, read any of his books, familiar with the time he wrote his books, then you will be very, very aware that the orcs in his books, the bad guys, they represent the industrial complex, technology moving forward and destroying nature, deforestation. That's what orcs represent. But a British university is claiming that orcs represent people of color and that the Lord of the Rings is, you guessed it, racist. I feel like we're creating problems when there don't need to be problems. Why can't we just say, you know what? There's not a problem here. Let's live in peace and harmony in this area. Yay! And just be happy with that. Why do we have to be like, wait, there's not a problem with this? We need to create a problem so we have something to talk about. I say as I talk about this problem. Please hit like and subscribe. Super chats are available. Listen, yeah, super chats are available. My mic stand is broken. God. When academia tries to decolonize fantasy, the result looks more like parody than progress. That's what happened when a British university professor claimed that the depiction of orcs in the works of J.R.R. Tolkien are somehow promoting racism. This is, of course, written by That Park Place. The article I'm reading from comes from That Park Place, written by Marvin Montanaro. According to a new report from The Telegraph, the University of Nottingham is now offering a course titled Decolonizing Tolkien et al., which teaches students that orcs in The Lord of the Rings represent people of color. This is a class taught at Nottingham. University of Nottingham is teaching a class that one of the most revered, respected of British classic literature is racist as fuck. The class, led by Onyeka Nubia, argues that the dark-skinned monsters and the so-called Eastern races of Middle-earth are examples of anti-African antipathy and ethnic chauvinism. A lot of the orcs aren't dark-skinned. They look more like waterlogged to me. Let's see. Keith, hold up. So they're saying I'm an orc. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You are an orc. You are an orc. Lieutenant Backyard Dardis, maybe they are racist for seeing orcs and thinking they must represent black people. Wait, do I have a bell? I want a bell so I can go ding, ding, ding. I don't. How about? There you go. You're absolutely right. Why do you think that? Why do you see creatures crawling around in the mud, bloodthirsty and wanting to destroy everything as people of color? Let's ask why you see that. That feels super racist to me. Just like when I hear someone say something about if we get rid of illegal immigrants, we won't have someone to pick our fruit. That is the most racist fucking thing I've ever heard. What makes you think the only thing an immigrant is good for is picking your damn food? Why is that where your brain goes? I am descended from immigrants, and they're doctors and lawyers and CIA agents. Why is that where your brain goes? These dumb creatures that can't speak and crawling around in mud. Oh, obviously they're people of color. You don't think that might be a little bit racist? A little bit. This course, the way Tolkien depicted evil creatures like orcs, is framed as an outgrowth of colonialism and racism, a narrative in which the light-skinned heroes of the West stand as symbols of white virtue, while the darker foreign races represent villainy. According to Nubia's According to Nubia's interpretation, that's not coincidence. It's bias encoded in literature. Dr. Nubia reportedly told students that The Lord of the Rings mirrors a worldview that casts Africans as the natural enemy of whites. He claims that Tolkien's Easterlings and Southrons are modeled on non-European civilizations presented as barbaric invaders, while the fair-skinned people of Gondor and Rohan embody moral purity. The course suggests that these depictions reflect a cultural hierarchy ingrained in British storytelling, not just in Tolkien's work, but in other authors like C.S. Lewis, John Milton, and even William Shakespeare. This is such a reach. And to me, it feels like Dr. Nubia needs therapy. Dr. Nubia has some ingrained self-hatred that he needs to work out, that he is seeing this in all of these books. Of course, C.S. Lewis, William Shakespeare, J.R.R. Tolkien are going to write about white dudes because they are white dudes. You get me? You write what you know. Do you really want a bunch of old white dudes writing about people of color like they know them? They don't. Wouldn't that, in a sense, be cultural appropriation? Wouldn't they get it wrong? I mean, they'd have to. It just opens up so many questions. I guess I'm saying I don't agree with this at all. At all. Anyone who has read Tolkien and knows about this man's personal history and his very close relationship with God and nature and the trauma he experienced in war, his post-traumatic stress disorder, knows that the orcs represent the military-industrial complex. It represents deforestation. It represents the loss of innocence and the destruction of the natural world. That's what it represents. Just greed and rage and wrath and oil and sludge and smog. That's what it represents. Chopping down trees and murdering people. That's what orcs represent. Not a specific race of people, but a specific type of person. Just Keith, big ears, big nose, bad teeth. So-called Dr. Nubia should get a real job. My goodness. Films and fiction. Good morning, Sonia. What did Sam think when he saw the dead Haradrim? He's not even original. People have complained about Callerman for decades. Keith, dear Dr. Nubia, when the Q-tip meets resistance, you should stop. Lieutenant Backyard TARDIS, they are accusing British people of wanting to be represented in their culture. Basically. Orcs are barbarians. They're barbarians. They want to destroy the forest, destroy the natural world, destroy anyone who wants the natural world, and replace it with sludge and smog and giant ugly structures. You know, J.R.R. Tolkien went to war. He came back and he saw his beautiful village being torn down and replaced with what he saw were big ugly buildings. Oh, the poor baby got two kisses for the baby. So I just could not disagree more, and it blows my mind that a prestigious university in Great Britain would allow a class like this to be taught. It's absolutely ridiculous. There's no basis for it in fact anywhere. Just again, it feels like people want problems. They want something to bitch about. They want something to complain about. Can't let things get too good, because then people won't pay money to go to your class. Am I right? Omari says, sounds like a class that Emma Watson would take. Oh, that poor girl. See, which just proves my theory, as I channel Norm MacDonald, proves my theory. You get those incredibly wealthy A-lister people who don't have to pay their own bills anymore, if they even have actual bills anymore. They don't go grocery shopping. They don't buy their own clothes. They don't do that stuff anymore. They are completely out of touch with reality. They exist in their own little bubble. They don't know what's really going on. They don't know what reality really is anymore. So they completely believe this trite bullshit. Oh, I found those glasses. I found the pizza dude glasses from Stranger Things pizza. Yeah. I'm happy now. Anyway, that's why it's always such a red flag for me anytime one of them is like, listen, I need to tell you who to vote for and what to believe because I know what's best for you. Bitch, no, you do not. You're not paying $12 for a dozen eggs. You're not having to struggle to pay your electric bill. You're not freaking out when you see your kid is got a negative lunch balance of $15 and she hasn't told you for weeks. You don't have those. That was really specific. That's because I got a text this morning. Damn kids. Anyway, they don't have problems like that. They don't have to worry about struggling to survive. They don't have our problems. So anytime they want to tell you, I know it's best for you, huge red flag. Huge, huge red flag. Lep Slayer. Their life is so good, they have to find problems to complain about. Give the man a cookie. He's done it. He's done it. Exactly. All right, guys. Let's move on to our main topic. Sip, sip. So, Adam Driver did an interview, and this is coming from Associated Press. Okay. He basically just lobs a grenade at the Star Wars fandom yesterday, and I've just kind of been sitting there going, snickering my ass off for 24 hours. Seriously. I had to make sure I was muted. Okay. Props, mementos, and photographs adorn Adam Driver's Brooklyn office. That's nice. So he does this interview and surprises everyone when they start talking about Star Wars. As we all know, Star Wars has been in quite the uncomfortable tailspin since the sequel trilogy, since Disney bought it, really. The best thing Disney has done has been Rogue One. Rogue One, Gareth Edwards did that, right? Phenomenal film. Absolutely loved it. The Mandalorian season 1 and 2. We don't discuss season 3. Skeleton Crew was good. I enjoyed that. Ahsoka was okay, but they've really, really, really shit the bed with shows like The Acolyte, Obi-Wan Kenobi, Book of Boba Fett. I feel like I'm missing something. They've really let people down. Instead of pushing quality, they pushed quantity. And it's just not going well. They're talking about doing this Rey movie, which only about 5 kids are super excited about. And I do realize that there are kids who are now teenagers who probably are excited for that because that was their Star Wars. But for us older fans who know what really good Star Wars is, we are not. She's a Palpatine and will always be a Palpatine to me. Rebels is fantastic. Rebels is a great series. If you have dismissed it as a kids show, I highly recommend you check it out. Rebels and Clone Wars, I dismissed them as kid shows at first. And then I checked them out, and I'm glad I did. Resistance, not so much. Don't worry about it. But Rebels and Clone Wars, give it a go. So he starts talking. I always was interested in doing another Star Wars, says Driver. Surprising to hear, wouldn't you say? Because the last time we heard him speak about Star Wars was during his monologue on Saturday Night Live. He's playing the piano and he says, I didn't kill Kylo Ren. Wokeness killed Kylo Ren. He seemed a little irritated about it. Some of the best stuff, though, came from the undercover boss. It was hilarious. The undercover, oh my God. And I agree with you on that, Lepslayer. Ahsoka is a good sequel to Rebels. Andor, that was the other show. Andor season 1 is amazing. I like season 1 better than season 2. Season 2 is okay. There you go. So, anywho, I found that surprising that he said, I was interested in doing another Star Wars, says Driver, who starred as Kylo Ren in the trilogy kicked off by The Force Awakens. I had been talking about doing another one since 2021. Kathleen Kennedy had reached out. Who did? Did you hear that, Darth? Come on. You should be over here for this. You should be over here for this. Okay. That's a little too close. A little too close. It's my power on. Volume low. Wait, no. We're ready. We're ready for the Star Wars talk now. Darth, there you go. You're good. You're good. Okay. It's really bright. It's really bright. Okay. I had been talking about doing another one since 2021. Kathleen Kennedy reached out. I'm going to put you over here for now. I always said with a great director and a great story, I'd be there in a second. I loved that character and I loved playing him. My mind is blown. Like I did not see this coming. And this is not the color I had this set to. I know I had it set to fuchsia. Driver says he took a concept to Steven Soderbergh. Steven Soderbergh, okay, for those who do not know, is a multi-Oscar winning director. He did films like Confessions of a Dangerous Mind. He just did Magic Mike: The Last Dance, which is super weird. The Magic Mike movies. He did Solaris, Aaron Brockovich, the Ocean's 11 movies, Logan Lucky. He's done Syriana. I mean, he did a lot of movies, award-winning films. Like, he's phenomenal director. Steven Soderbergh, okay? He takes a concept to a multi-Oscar winning film director. The film, it would take place after 2019's The Rise of Skywalker. That movie culminated in Ren's redemption and apparent death. Driver had undertaken the trilogy with an arc in mind for Ren that inverted the journey of Darth Vader. As the trilogy evolved, it didn't play out that way. Driver felt there were pardon me, words are hard. Driver felt there was unfinished business for Kylo Ren. Yeah, you think? Or as he was known before turning to the dark side, Ben Solo. Soderbergh and Rebecca Blunt outlined a story that the group then pitched to Kathleen Kennedy, Lucasfilm Vice President Carrie Beck, and Lucasfilm Chief Officer Dave Filoni. They were interested, so the filmmakers then pulled in Scott Burns to write a script. Driver calls the result one of the coolest fucking scripts I had ever been a part of. We presented the script to Lucasfilm. They loved the idea. They totally understood our angle and why we were doing it, Driver said. We took it to Bob Iger and Alan Bergman, and they said no. They didn't see how Ben Solo was alive, and that was that. It was called The Hunt for Ben Solo, and it was really cool, adds Driver, but it is no more, so I can finally talk about it. They didn't see how Ben Solo was still alive, but somehow Palpatine returned. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? So I guarantee you the reason why the reason why Bob Iger put the kibosh on this is because Rey was supposed to be the centerpiece. She was supposed to be the centerpiece going forward for their Star Wars universe. And this would have put a spotlight on Ben Solo because he is an actual blood Skywalker. She is not. He would have been the true heir to the Skywalker name, not Rey. So they were like, Soderbergh in a statement said, I really enjoyed making the movie in my head. I'm just sorry the fans won't get to see it. Representatives from Disney and Lucasfilm declined to comment. It's been a period of transition for the feature film operations of Star Wars. Kennedy, the longtime Lucasfilm president, is expected to step down by the end of the year. So that's real. That's really happening, okay? After a feature film lull, numerous projects are in various stages of development or production, including Jon Favreau's The Mandalorian and Grogu, Sean Levy's Starfighter with Ryan Gosling, a film directed by Sharmeen Obaid-Chinoy featuring Daisy Ridley returning as Rey. I thought that was dead. A James Mangold directing film, and a new saga helmed by Simon Kinberg. For Driver, who starred in Soderbergh's 2017 heist comedy Logan Lucky, which is really good, the decision was mystifying. Who wouldn't want to see a Soderbergh-directed Star Wars film? We wanted to be judicial about how to spend the money and be economical with it and do it for less than most. But in the same spirit of what most movies are, which is handmade and character driven, Driver says. Empire Strikes Back being, in my opinion, the standard, as it should be, of what most movies were. But he is, to me, one of my favorite directors of all time. He lives his code, he lives his ethics, he doesn't compromise. Man. Let's see where you guys are at in the chat. Omari, how do you not give the most interesting part of the sequel trilogy another shot? I mean, I am not a sequel trilogy fan. And I was very disappointed by the direction they went with Ben Solo. And apparently, so was the actor who played him. And that could have redeemed that decision by making a film centering around him and his redemption. Loki says his movie career has gone nowhere. That's why. Films and fiction. This wouldn't have been a Ben Solo movie. It would have to been about Rey. Exactly. That's why they said no. Will somebody please tell me why Ben Solo is supposed to be a great character and not a reference to the actor? What do you mean? He's the son of Princess Leia and Han Solo. Who wouldn't? I mean, that was supposed to be an amazing character, and they completely just on it and replaced him with Rey. They should have. I guarantee that's why they shut that movie down. Omari, Driver at least got rave reviews for his performance in Marriage Story. What's Daisy Ridley done of note? That poor girl. The Rise of Skywalker cost $600 million. Any studio head would have said no. Leap Slayer. Bob Chapek would have greenlit the movie and 6 Disney Plus shows to go with it. It would have been it would have made Disney look even dumber. They'd only have just killed him off. Now Kylo's back. And you might have a point there. Maria, a solo Kylo project would be excellent. It would have done, I really think it would have done well, because those sequel trilogy kids love them some Kylo Ren. Love them some Kylo Ren. And you guys know how I feel about shippers. You know how I feel about people obsessed with the sex lives of anyone, especially fictional characters. But those kids that ship Reylo, they would have ate that up. They would have ate it up. Deandra, too bad Finn had his main character arc stolen. A stormtrooper turned Jedi, leading a clone army against Phasma as his nemesis. Would have been great. That would have been amazing. I would have thrown money at that. That is an absolute shame. Driver starred in 65. I don't trust his judgment. He also starred in Megalopolis. That's it. Megalopolis. It's hard to say. 65 and Megalopolis. But you have to admit the creature design and concept art in 65 was great. Hey, Neville. Backyard TARDIS. I think KK announced the Rey movies because she didn't want them canceled like this. I think Iger knows Star Trek you say ST and I immediately see Star Trek. Ties will make a hard sale. Okay. Low-key, Ben Solo is not a great character. Could have been, but they made him a whiny man-child in The Force Awakens. They did. Loki. Man. All of the sequel movies are shoulda, coulda, woulda. And that's what happens in Star Wars these days. That's what happens. They announce a bunch of shit. And then like one of them happens. And you get all these kids super excited for pretty much all of them, and they get so butthurt and mad when they don't all happen. And then they blame us. They blame the original fans for it. I don't understand that nonsense. I really don't. It's not our fault. It's not our fault. But I think this Hunt for Ben Solo movie would have made Ben Solo too much like Jason Solo from the Legends, the real son of Han Solo and Leia, and would have made him the real heir to the Skywalker name. And Disney was like, no, it's Rey all the way. Rey. Because Disney cannot be seen as having made a mistake. Right? They should have done it. Just saying. It would have been a lot better than... Listen, I would have watched that 3 times over before I would have watched The Acolyte. Right? Films and fiction. They could have killed Rey in The Rise of Skywalker and had Ben as the last Jedi. He's on to something. Lep Slayer says they're probably going to make a new movie that reveals Rey was somehow pregnant at the end of Skywalker and revived the Skywalker bloodline. But did they bang? Did they even bang? I have questions. I mean, yeah. I know that in the comics that Palpatine is revealed to be the spirit daddy of Anakin, that he used the Force to make Shmi pregnant. But according to Disney, that's not canon. That's just extended universe. The power of one. Backyard TARDIS, let's be honest. Rey and Ben are the Wish.com version of Jaina and Jason Solo. That bang? Oh, and there you have it, guys. There you have it. What might have been. Lip Slayer. He has a point. What's Star Wars without a little incest? And on that note, if you like the content I'm putting out there, nerds, please do me a huge favor. Hit that like button. Subscribe if you are new. Ring the notification bell so you get notified whenever I'm back with even more of this nerdy content. Please consider joining the channel as a member. You get early access to all of my drops, which my next one is going to be a breakdown on Franklin Richards. And that's right, Franklin Richards of the Fantastic Four Richards. That's the Marvel Comics. And if you're new, when I do breakdowns, I do them while doing my makeup at the same time. I assure you, the makeup is just a thing I'm doing with my hands. For you who are not interested in that, if you are interested in that, then you can totally watch me do my makeup, and all the products I use are listed in the descriptions below. But I am a makeup artist, and that's how this channel started, me doing breakdowns while doing my makeup at the same time. I don't know when it's going to come out. I got a lot of shit going on, but I'm going to work on it as much as possible. And if it doesn't come out before I have surgery next week, which it probably won't, I will be doing research the entire time I am recovering. But you do get access to that stuff about a week before it goes public. You get to go to the front of the line if you're a member and you want a breakdown about a character or a story or whatever, you go to the front of the line. I'll do yours next before any other requests. And you get fun emojis. And you have a members only channel over on the Discord where on Thursdays we watch Hercules, The Legendary Journeys. And we will be watching that this Thursday, day after tomorrow. I promise it's happening. I'm writing it down. So that's happening. I promise. But supporting the channel is so easy and free. All you got to do is hit like, subscribe, share the video, leave a comment. We are in an engagement driven algorithm these days. So make sure you leave a comment, share it, all that stuff. If you would like to help support the channel in other ways, because this is my full-time job and I am not fully monetized, I do not get ad revenue, it's time to pass the collection plate. The only way I get paid right now is through members and super chats. So if you would like to help out in any way, helping me pay for this streaming software, the editing software, all this other stuff I have to pay for to keep the stream going, now's your chance. You can sign up as a member, leave a super chat. You can also scan this QR code right here, which will take you to buymeacoffee.com/comics and MUA. And you can tip me as little or as much as you can. There is also Cash App if you're more comfortable with that. Both are very secure websites. I promise you, there's never been a problem with either one of them. I also have Patreon. It is the original Nerdling Army. There are 3 tiers starting as little as $3 a month, which comes with your own specific merch that you get every 3 months for the first year of your membership. And like the channel memberships, you get early access to all drops. You get to go to the you go to the front of the line with all requests. You also get your own chat rooms. You get exclusive content like behind the scenes, outtakes. There's even an Ask Me Anything room. Keep it kosher, okay? I am a lady and a mom, all right? And I'm old, seriously. But anywho, 3 tiers starting as little as $3 a month, but the higher the tier, the cooler your merch gets. So check that out, patreon.com/comics. And there's also the Etsy store, our official merch store over at Etsy, comics and cosmetics.etsy.com. Hundreds of designs starting as, I got confused with the Patreon in my head. Hundreds of designs on hundreds of products, and all proceeds go to help keeping this channel going. What was the thing I was going to put on a shirt? Dear Marvel, blow my mind. Yeah, we should put that on a shirt. I'll put that up on the Etsy store. I also have lists of recommendations over on Amazon. So it's amazon.com/shop/comics and ... I have like 10 different lists. Recommended reading, recommended viewing, special effects stuff, skincare, makeup. I am a lady, and other things as well. If there's some other recommendations you'd like for me to put up there, let me know. I'll list those as well. I'm also an affiliate for several different companies. All of these are in the description below. But most importantly, Zenni Optical. See this QR code right here? That one will save you 10% on your next pair of prescription, non-prescription, or sunglasses from Zenni Optical. They have over 2,500 different frames to choose from, and they have a user interface that allows you to see what you would look like with any particular pair. I highly recommend getting the IQ lenses with the Zenni ID card, because not only will they filter out all different spectrums from, or all different lights from the sun spectrum, like UVA and UVB, but also blue light from your computer screen and infrared. So any unwanted AI scans will be filtered right through, and you can protect your digital privacy. Stop Skynet from stealing your face with Zenni ID Guard. So save you 10% right there by using my personalized link in the description below. Also, this podcast is powered by the Red 5 Network. We are a collective of exclusively nerdy podcasters and content creators here to educate and entertain you nerds. So if you like this podcast, chances are you're going to love more of what the Red 5 Network has to offer you. So check out red5.bio.link today to discover more of the Red 5 Network. Everything I've just told you about can be found on my website, comics-and.com. All of my reviews, my portfolio of all of my looks, news, updates, a little bit about me, about my Belgian project, everything is right there on comics-and.com. In October, if you're new, in October, every Friday, I do a different Halloween look, a special effects look. I've done 3 so far. All of those looks are on the website right here, including all the looks I've done on years previously. This year, I will not be doing a look next Friday on Halloween. I was so excited about doing it on Halloween, like so excited, but I'm having surgery, so I can't do it. So my final look will be this Friday, and I have a really cool idea in mind, and I hope I can pull it off. So anyway, if you want to see what I've done so far this year, check it out on the website right there. Again, it's all in the description below if you missed it. Deandra says, Rey was more interesting as an unknown instead of being tied to the Skywalkers. I agree with you entirely. My crazy ass mom was convinced that she was a Kenobi, that she was Obi-Wan Kenobi's kid. And then she turned out to be a Palpatine, and my mom was like super pissed. So everyone was mad about it. Like everyone. But that's all I got for you, nerds, today. I hope you have a wonderful Tuesday, and I will see you tomorrow morning. Keep your eyes peeled, okay? Because I heard
Disney and Kathleen Kennedy are gonna get you!